Welcome to the Golden Square Podcast with your hosts, Linda Scott and Sherilyn Fisher. Are you ready? Because we're starting now.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Hey. All right. So listen, we got to get right into where we're going. And it's so much that we want to say. Sharon, you look really pretty today. Todd, you look like
Thank you. Hey, do you like my new T-shirt my friend gave me?
Yes, and my friend in Florida gave us these. It's the Golden Square Podcast, if you can see it. Yay! So South Florida, thank you so much for all your support that you give us. So Todd, we're gonna get you one. We told him,
I
yeah.
got mine from Marshall's.
Okay, so we have a beautiful show in store for everyone. However, I said install. In store. I heard that. Y'all didn't hear it. Sheldon, did you hear it? Okay, good. So maybe no one else heard it either. So, but I can't wait to get to this gentleman. But before we do that, so Shirley,
I'm excited.
I'm super excited, but I'm excited about the slogan that people are sending to us. So you guys,
yeah,
slogans coming. So so let's create a slogan. The winner, it is a prize, and me and Shirley want to be a part of the prize because it's a great prize. So don't forget the slogan. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just don't forget anything. If you have any questions, always park in the parking lot, and that means go at the end of the show or whatever and type your questions, and we always go back there and we take a look at whatever it is and we answer all your questions and concerns. Okay, so with all that being said,
bring him on.
Let's go. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Hello, Duval.
How you doing?
Right on.
There you go. It's all about the right on's the night. That's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know we have been waiting for this. We told y'all about it last week. He's here, Mr. Duval Mitchell himself, Mr. Right on. All right. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, sir?
All right. Well, where do I get started? Actually, I'm a business consultant. I'm also a concert promoter. I'm also a deck builder. Another little handicraft. Okay. One of the things I do basically is I do events, empowerment events and concerts to help women and youth start their own side businesses. So that's really my real passion with the National Home-Based Business Association.
All right, that's
enough.
That's a lot. And I don't want to speak for him because he could speak for himself, but that was one of the reasons Todd Miller said, I want to be on tonight. So I'm like, okay. So I know that a lot of people don't know, and then some people do know. So tonight is your introduction to why do you promote women? How did you get started with that?
Okay. Actually, back when I was a kid, and I'm an advocate against domestic violence also.
Yes.
And when I was a kid, at the age of 8 years of age, I watched a man shoot my mother. And she survived him, and she left this man, and she met another gentleman who picked up where he left off.
Wow.
So at the age of 9, I was selling candy after school, making just as much money as my mother was making. And it was a way for me to also help my mother. Mm-hmm. And this went on for a couple of years, and we moved around from different places. But she eventually divorced this gentleman, but she had 3 kids by him.
Yeah.
So it was me, my older brother, and now we all moving to the project. So at the age of 11, I built a shoe shine box and started my own business and hired one of my friends. So I even had an employee.
Okay.
Now we're in the projects now. Now she met a new gentleman who picked up where the other guy left off.
Oh, wow.
So I witnessed my mother getting physically abused practically every other weekend for years. But I've always had side hustles where I was selling candies, shining shoes, cutting yards, throwing newspapers. So I always had a side business. And I've always bought my own clothes as a kid, worn best dressed every year in high school, junior high, and all that good stuff. But what people didn't realize was I was dealing with this sheer abuse going on in my house also. So one of the reasons I help women and youth too, because if my other 5 siblings would have had a side hustle going like I had,
Right.
my mother wouldn't have needed those men for financial security.
Right. Right.
Plus, if my mother would have even had a side hustle going on, she could even brought in more income into the house. So now I didn't have a teacher, but just so happened the Lord was my teacher back then. So now I've been blessed to be a blessing. So I've put together over 175 different business ideas that a person can start from home, a woman or any kids, while they keep their regular jobs. And each one of you can start with less than $100.
Wow.
Then I come aboard with them and teach them how to do it from the rooter to the tutor. And I've been self-employed myself since '81.
Wow.
So now I want to teach women and youth how they can do it too. And I help men too, don't get me wrong, but my passion, as you know why now, is to help women.
It's to help women.
Right. And kids. Yes.
Because it's, like I said, I've been self-employed. Matter of fact, I even was a trouble child in some people's eyes because I went to juvenile about 8 times.
Ooh.
Wow. They kicked me out the state of Texas at 15.
Wow.
Wow.
And when I came back to Texas, I graduated at 17, went to college till I was 20, left college at community college in 2 years, had me a janitorial service. And then I started at the age of 20, I had 5 beauty supply stores. So I'm letting people know, in spite of all the trouble you might go through as a kid, or people label you and, you ain't gonna be this and you ain't gonna be that. But they weren't surprised when Duval opened up all them businesses too, because I always carried myself like a businessman. Matter of fact, I carried a briefcase to school and they laughed at me.
Duval, I bet they're not laughing now.
I might have had books in it, but I look like a businessman wearing suits to school, and they laughed at me. Then when I opened up all them businesses and started concerts, a lot of my old friends say, hey, it's no surprise because he always carried himself like a what?
A businessman.
So now I can teach others. Matter of fact, for the last year and a half, every Sunday morning, I get up from 9 to 11 and I go and mentor the young men at the Juvenile Detention Center in Fort Bend County.
Wow.
Every Sunday, me and my wife, we go mentor them and I let them know I used to be them.
Right. So you wasn't afraid. Yes, you wasn't afraid to give back all that, all that we call in our days, being that troublemaker. You wasn't afraid to say, hey, I was once a troublemaker, but now I'm a troublemaker in doing positive things. Whatever it is that you've done behind you, it could be removed.
And if I can do it, they can do it. And if they don't know how to do it, do what? Ask Duval.
Just give me a sample of one job you can give somebody that they can do at home. Something like you have a single mother, got a bunch of children that can't afford daycare because daycare is expensive. Right. What is something that person can do at home?
I'm glad you asked, because see, that lady more than likely can cook. Because if she got to feed 2 or 3, not 3, but 2 or 3 little children, that means she can cook. And she might even have a specialty in making tea cakes, or she might have a specialty in making sweet potato pies. Right. You know how every time they have a family gathering, they say, girl, you're going to bring the sweet potato pies because Kathy make the best pies.
Right.
Well, guess what? We're going to start Kathy's sweet potato pie service.
Okay.
See, she already liked doing it. So now I'm going to show her, we're going to go get that DBA saying Kathy's sweet potato pies. And all she specializes in is what? Sweet potato pies. So if somebody asks me, can you make me a lemon cake? No. I specialize in
a great sweet potato pie.
Yeah. So I should sell my peach cobblers, huh, Linda?
No, guess what? I'll be your first customer.
Okay.
Once again, that's another good idea. Sweet potato, peach cobbler. What's your name again, beautiful?
Sherilyn.
Sherilyn. Oh, that's right, Sherilyn. We met at the fair. You was out at the front desk. We said we was going to talk. Look here.
Wow.
Check this
That's
out.
amazing.
That's a good example.
Okay, since y'all talking about cooking, well, that's not, you don't know, but Duval, that's not my specialty. You have to find me something else for them 3 children that I had. So cooking would be it. But
And check this out.
I think
Check this out.
yes.
Now, we're going to start that sweet potato pie, that peach cobbler business with less than $100. And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to go and get our DBA saying Shirley's sweet potato pies. Shirley's, and it's going to cost you $16, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to go to LegalZoom and get you those little 250 cards printed up for, what, $15, $20. You get 500 of them. So now we're at about $40. Now you get ready to also go to your credit union or your bank and open up a business account. Mm-hmm. So even if you put 100 in there, they're going to have you to go out there and activate that debit card. So even if you wanted to take $90 right back out, now you still got to you got a business account.
Okay.
So now you can start telling people about your new business. You got your DBA and somebody want one of them sweet potato, some peach cobbler. You say it might cost you $12 of ingredients. Might cost you an hour time to cook it. So you're going to sell it peach cobbler at pan for about $20, $25. And they're going to be happy to give it to you. But guess what? Even if you don't sell one pie that whole month, I'm going to help you save about $600 on your taxes.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
How I'm going to do that? I'm glad you asked. Now that you got your business, that cell phone that you're using that you're paying $100 a month for, that's a write-off.
Right.
So now that room that you're using right now is part of your business, that's a write-off. So if your rent is $500, you can write off at least $100 because one of those 5 rooms you're using as an office.
An office, right.
Now you also driving back and forth when you go to work or go eat lunch. Now every time you eat lunch, you're going to tell somebody about your business. So now that's a potential client. So if that lunch costs you $30, I'm going to get you $15 of it back because that's a write-off.
All right.
So if I'm helping you save a minimum of $20 a day times 30 days, that's what? $600.
Yeah, it is.
Whether you sold one pie or not, because you still got that overhead money.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
In doing all of that, Duval, don't we have to go to and I'm just asking, I have no idea.
Ask Duval.
Okay, ask Duval. So do we have to go and Texas, what is Texas being to make sure that nobody has that name? And
when you go get that DBA, they're gonna have you to go look on their computer to see if anybody else have that name.
Okay.
And then when you come back and let them know, no, they don't. They might even check real quick before they sign it over to you. But then now it's your name for the next 10 years. Nobody else can use that name.
Okay. So, all right. So that's good.
Oh yeah.
That's
and guess what?
What?
My business guide that I put together is only $20.
So it's a walkthrough.
It tells you everything from the rooter to the tutor on how to set up a side business, and then it tells you about all 175 of the business ideas that I shared with you. Then at the back it has a membership form. So if they want me to continue helping them, I only charge $1 a day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
As their business consultant, and at the end of the year, I'm a write-off, so you get me for free.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Good.
And I become your silent business consultant, your partner, and I help walk you through it. So you keep doing what you do every day in your regular job, but I'm gonna help you with your side business and show you how. And also if a mother and she started a business, now she can pay each one of her kids up to $12,000 a year tax free.
Oh.
Okay, now, say that one again.
I'm glad you asked. For those people in the back. If you have a side business now, Shirley, you can hire your kids under 17 years of age, pay them up to $12,000 a year, tax-free, tax-exempt.
Gabby just got a job.
I'm trying to figure out what I can do for Tom.
And now that's as peach cobbler that you're selling every day, your daughter is telling somebody about your business, so she's one of your reps.
That's your marketing.
So if you want to give her $10 or $20 a week or whatever allowance you can pay her instead of allowance, now you're paying her a salary.
Correct.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You're gonna get an allowance anyway, but now if you're paying them a salary, and plus now they have a sense of work. They're helping their mother build their business.
Right.
So would I have to get a W-2 for her?
No.
No.
Even because she don't have to file.
Okay.
under $12,000. She make $12,001, W-2 and 1099 form, W-2, all that. But now under that, you don't even know. Oh,
Okay, but
you
if she
sitting
makes
down?
more, because Sherilyn, and I'm looking on the bright side of it. So if you're you that bad girl with that peach cobbler, you on your way. So that baby is making more than 12,000 a year.
You must be a monster. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, then she's doing the IRS saying, hey, where that money coming in from? And all of this comes from watching your mother be abused by father, stepfather,
but all
whoever,
my
what
stepfathers,
we call them
my two,
back
three
then.
stepfathers abused my mother for 15, 16 years. And by the
Wow.
grace of God, I didn't kill them. And by me getting kicked out of the state of Texas at 15, that was a blessing because I had access to a gun.
See, that was going to be my question.
I would have took them out.
How was
I
it
would have
as
took
a
them out.
child to see daddy or whoever, anybody,
Yeah.
I don't care who it is, anybody beating up mom?
Yes.
And as a child, mentally, Todd is saying, how do we cope with that? How do you cope with that?
And I'm so glad you asked, because see, as I was coming up, and I would try to run downstairs and help my mother, and she would push me back. And I didn't realize she was really trying to protect me. But as I got up to size, I started boxing in the Golden Gloves. I started, I got up to size, and one time I beat my stepdad down. See, now we're in the same weight class. When I was 14, I was 6'1". And we saw eye to eye, and I hurt him real good, and he had fear in his heart with me, and that's why I knew I needed to leave. The Lord knew I needed to leave that household because I'd have killed this man.
But wait a minute now, because I'm on your side. Because okay, Lord, work with me. Come on through me. So I was about to say, what if you would have stayed and killed him? Wouldn't that have been
self-defense?
A self-defense, or
No, it would have been premeditated in so many words, not even self-defense. But are you sitting down? My mother could not call the police when we was in the project. You know why?
Y'all didn't have a phone.
He wasn't supposed to be living with us anyway, and we would all 6 got evicted.
What?
So where was my mother gonna go with 6 kids?
Right.
With no car. So she took that abuse.
See, that's them strong women back there in the day.
She took that abuse. That's why I was saying, if my other siblings would have been hustling like me, I was making. My mother, when I was 9 years old, I was bringing home $10, $14 a night. Guess how much my mother was making?
What?
$1.05 minimum wage.
Wow.
$9.40 before taxes. So here I am bringing home more money than my mother and my stepdaddy was making.
Wow.
So what if my other 5 siblings would have been doing that too? Can you see the money they would have been coming?
I can see it. I'm all in there. I'm still stuck on the abuse.
I've seen my mother. Matter of fact, my childhood was somewhat robbed. I didn't go spend the night on the weekends with my friends because I knew I needed to be home to protect my mother.
Protect your mother.
My mother was an alcoholic. My stepfathers were alcoholics. And by the grace of God, I'm not one, but my brother ended up growing up being just like him. I ended up growing up being the opposite. And he was 4 years older than me. I ended up becoming his protector. I was a protector for my sisters. So my mother even got to the point she would tell my sisters, don't call Duval, please, because if you call him, he's going over there and I'm going to set the fellas straight. And I will go over there, matter of fact, this abuse even continued on my mother because my last stepfather had a son by my mother. When they divorced, he even would go over and torture her and by putting a car on flat or snatching the distributor wires off of her car. So I was at one of my beauty supply stores one day and my youngest sister called me. She said, Mama told me not to call you, but Uncle Elwood broke Mama's arm with a baseball bat.
Oh my God.
Now keep in mind, I'm 20-some years old now. He had been divorced from my mother for years. So all I could do was I closed one of my stores. I couldn't even wait till my manager got there. Drove over to my mother's apartment where she was at. And when I walked in, the first thing she said, who called? Who? I told y'all not to call Duval. So I said, well, what happened when my sister showed me that she went like this? So when he hit her with that bat on the arm, he was swinging for her what? Her
Face.
head.
Face.
Yeah.
You with me? So I told my mother, I'll be back. She said, oh, don't go over there. I said, I'll be back. So I took this 15-minute drive. It took me about 8 minutes, if that.
Jeez.
And I pulled up to his house. And
Yes.
when I got out, I looked, there wasn't nobody outside, and I knocked on the door. By this time, he had already picked up my little brother and took him back over to his house. That was his weekend, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So when my little brother came to the door, I said, well, where's Uncle Elwood? You know, he in the back. I said, well, tell him to come here. I want to speak with him. And when he came back to the door with my little brother, I told my little brother, go on back in his room and play. I wanted to talk to, his dad.
Right.
So when he stepped out on the porch, I already had my 357 Magnum behind me in my back. And when I told him, I said, man, you remember I told you if you make my mother cry again that I was going to kill you? I said, so whatever she said to you to make you hit her with that bat, I'm saying it multiplied by 10 hit me.
Wow.
So I was trying to make it,
to be your self-defense.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he wouldn't. So when he didn't, I pulled that 357 Magnum out when he was sitting on the steps, put it to his head, cocked the trigger, and all of a sudden I heard a loud scream.
It was your
And when I looked to my right, it looked like it was a lady out in the yard, watering the yard, but the water hose looked like it was a white glowing water hose, and she looked like a white glowing silhouette, but I thought it was a woman because of the loud scream.
Right.
It was so loud, I knew my little brother was going to run back to the door. So I put the gun down and I walked off. When I looked back over my left to see her, she wasn't there.
That's how God works.
Yeah,
and I just got on in the car and I left.
Sharon, the Holy Spirit came.
That would have been
right
premeditated. That's why I was saying, when I was getting ready to kill him, that would have been premeditated because I drove across town to kill him.
Drove to his house.
Exactly.
But I was going to sit there on the steps and wait for the police.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to blow this nigga head off and let him go and take me in.
It was done. So what kind of numbers? I know you researched all this before you made your steps. So what kind of numbers do we have that our kids watch this kind of stuff? And
it's getting even worse. Matter of fact, a lot of us watch our parents and we end up mimicking our parents.
Right.
In the older generation, we were taught to keep a person in line, you whip them.
Yes.
See, that's how the slave owner kept the slaves in line. They whipped them. So then the average slave guy was taught to keep his woman in line. And when she get out of line, you do what? You up upside the head. So we were taught to do that in so many words. And, and then even some people, if you get hit, somebody hit you, you better do what?
Hit them back.
That's wrong as hell. See, you don't fight fire with fire. You fight fire with what? Water.
Okay. So
because if I hit him back, now we fighting.
Right.
Sometimes somebody, hey, look here. I'm sorry if you hit me, man. Look here. I'm gonna remove myself because see what I don't want to do is I don't want you to go to jail and I don't want to go to jail.
Okay.
And if they don't understand that, I'll still remove myself, and I'd rather press charges on him now than let the old me come out and I help him go see God, and then I'm going to jail.
Okay, ask that question. Todd had a question.
I was asking you, what age did you realize that that willpower to just step away and just walk away?
I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked, Captain. Ever since I turned 17, because see, I knew I wasn't going to juvenile anymore. I'm going to the big man house if I met her.
Oh, right.
See, Mama can't come and get me out overnight.
Right.
So I knew right from wrong, even when I did wrong. Mm-hmm. So now I have more restraint. I look at it as, is it worth me doing something to that person and ruining the people in my life? Because I got people that depend on me now, too. So if I go to jail, I'm going to ruin everybody else's life.
Right.
So sometimes it's worth it when you say, and then, it is also good to have that little bracelet, WWJD, what would Jesus do?
What would you, yeah.
And then you stop and think, okay, I'd rather they call me a chump and say, man, Duval, he chumped Duval, he walked away. Yes, I sure walked away, and you don't realize I helped him and me.
Wow. You know what, Duval, I was
to walk away and not get carried away too.
Yeah.
People don't think about that.
Yeah. Because
I
you
was
tell me what you want. Matter of fact, I
exactly.
ask people to
Look,
call me.
I was sitting here thinking, see, I was one of those reverse it from your mom
Mm-hmm.
because I remember my baby boy was only like some month, maybe a year, maybe two. I can't remember,
Mm-hmm.
but I invited my kids to sit down and watch me.
Beat him down.
I didn't. It was mental. It was
Yeah.
mental
Yeah.
because, and not that I seen my mom and dad, but I seen my uncles and my aunts.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw my uncles beating up on my aunts, I put in my head that nobody else's son would ever hit me.
Mm-hmm.
And we got into and I'm one of those, I don't like you to yell at me either.
Tone.
So when
It's
you yell,
called tone. Yeah.
I need you to lower your tone, because if you're yelling, then that means my defense needs to come up. And are we fighting? So because I'm gonna ask you that question. Are we fighting? And when you say yeah, I'm ready. I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Ain't no
So
rules
I
in
was
war.
that girl. I was that girl who I wasn't taking that whooping. I wasn't taking, you hit me, I'm sorry.
It's
It was
showtime. Yeah,
it was. And to be honest about it, Duval, and I'm saying this in front of my grandchild, so maybe I shouldn't, but he's a man now. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed every one that I whooped. Every one. Because for me, that told and that tells him, and I always say to my sons, you're gonna run into a woman like your mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I just pray she don't kill you.
Mm-hmm.
So either you treat her right and you don't have to do all that, you walk away. But if you can't walk away, don't hit her.
Yeah.
She already had a dad and a mom. They already done whooped her. So don't put your hand on these people's children. And when you do, she called me and say, John Doe is gone and he hit me. I hit him back. I stabbed him, whatever. What can I say?
Yeah. Yeah.
What can
Put
I
your
say?
hands on him first.
Yeah. So it's a lesson that I honestly try to tell both men and women, girl and boys. You don't have to put your hand on each other.
Don't lay hands. Don't lay hands
at all. Period.
Don't lay hands. It's not even worth. Matter of fact, I tell them, look here, treat her like you would treat your mother. Would you go slap your mother?
Never.
See, you
So
love
now
that
to
lady.
kill the
You
child,
love that
Lord
lady.
Jesus.
You love that lady, but you don't honor that lady.
Yes.
It's difference in honor and loving. So that's why I let them know. Would you go slap? No, that lets me know you guys, right from wrong. You guys
wrong.
play like
Right.
that's somebody else's future mama that you slapped.
Exactly.
Now, if somebody slapped your mama, buddy, what would you do? Oh, I'll go take them out. Well, guess what? That's what that little boy that you just raised want to do to you now because you just slapped his mother. He don't care if you his daddy.
Right.
I didn't care if it's my daddy, especially when it was stepfathers. Oh, matter of fact, like I said, when I got up to size, I remember that man came upstairs in the project, started talking noise to my brother, who was 4 years older. I was 14 at the time. I was ironing some clothes. Before you know it, I snatched that iron out the wall, bust him in the back of his head, and it was on.
Wow.
Instead of my brother helping me, I'm like, man,
look at the joy on your face.
Yeah, I was like, it was on.
Oh, man.
I don't think any woman deserves to be hit.
No.
I have seen on numerous occasions where I want to tell a guy, knock the fire out of her. They agitate and agitate and agitate and do things to get up under their skin. And they're steady trying to walk away, and they're going, no, you ain't walking away from me. And I'll be going like, just turn around and slap the fire. No, I don't want any woman to get hit.
Like I said,
let me hit. I'm not a man.
I can take a blow better than a woman can take a blow. So I'd rather he hit me and I'd leave.
Yeah.
Because I'm physically, average man is physically stronger than the average lady. We don't have to prove it by hitting them. Matter of fact, use your mind and show you even stronger. I can walk away from this, baby, until you cool off. Maybe we both a little too upset right now.
Yeah.
I'd rather text you.
That's my issue now. I always, now that I'm older and mature, wiser, and all those good things, so I run away. So I don't either get beat or beat someone because
Yeah.
somebody getting a beating.
And somebody gonna go to jail, somebody
And
go to the hospital.
exactly.
It's just a matter of which
Let me
one.
be.
Or if I hit them and beat them down, is that is that what I want to show my kids how to handle their situations?
Right.
No.
Right.
So that's why I'm mentoring them young men, and all of them, when they get out of juvenile, I let them tell their mother, get in contact with me, and I not only help them start a side business, I help their mother start one. See, these
Right.
kids, they're gonna want a little money every
Mhm.
week, whether it's allowance or something. And if a parent
Right.
can't supply that to them, the average kid gonna find other ways to go get that little extra money.
Exactly.
Not because they got to pay rent, not because they got to pay a car note, but the average kid want to have a little extra money.
Right.
So instead of them going and getting in with these little gangs and selling drugs, like I told a lot of them in there, you're already a little businessman.
Exactly.
You were selling the product, you were managing your money,
Right.
you just were selling the wrong product.
Wrong product.
Right.
That's
So
it.
let me give you about 100 and some new ideas you can choose from, and I'll help you get it started. Matter of fact, one of my little businesses is a clause organizing service.
Mm.
See,
And how do you come up with these little businesses? Like,
I'm glad you asked. Because 98% of the business I share with people is services.
Okay.
Right.
Everybody
Necessity.
And
Yes.
it's, for example, even when you clean the offices, you're supplying what? Service for them.
Service.
Right.
Right.
Whether it's a maid cleaning service, whether it's trucking, if you're hauling off trash from somebody's place, you providing a what? A service.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
can
That's an
say,
interesting
what's
conversation,
your
but we
name,
need to do a
Troy?
commercial.
Oh,
What's your name, Troy?
that's right.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on right
Hold
there.
on just a second. We need to do a commercial
Yeah, we
right
need
quick.
to do a
We'll
quick
be right back.
We'll be
All
right
right.
back. Hey, this your girl Linda Scott. I am here to introduce you to Linda S. Jury 1426. Now, some of you know me, some of you don't. But if you don't know me, get to know me. Check out and scan the QR code below. Look at the inventory. I made this. God created. I put it together. See you soon. Hey, we're back. Thanks, everybody. So we were just talking with Duval, Ask Duval, and he has so many answers to all your questions.
Right
So,
on.
okay, so let's see. I love the way to come back. Abuse of teaching women to. Okay.
She said, I love that you come back abuse about teaching women how to create money, which equals freedom. I'm not much of a cook. What's another business idea for us sisters who are not so domesticated like Taria and Linda?
I'm glad you asked. I am so glad you asked. You know what? Matter of fact, I got this right here in front of me. Let me tell her. Let me go down the list here. See if she pick out something she like. Hold on, let me get my extra eyes here.
The extra eyes. Okay.
I'm over 65 now.
I understand now.
Okay. We got accounting. We got advertising agency. We got airbrush artist, answering service, apartment cleaning service, apartment preparation service, appliance repair, architect service. Let me find something here that relates to a nice little lady. Like I said, oh, we even got bathroom cleaning service. They said, Duval, we ain't never heard of a bathroom cleaning service. I know you haven't.
See? Got them all.
Why? Well, this person say, well, look here, I just specialize in bathrooms only. They say, okay, and I charge $20 a bathroom or $15 a bathroom. They say, okay, and it might be your little son, or they say, okay, I'm gonna buy them some cleaning equipment because the average bathroom just a matter of scrubbing around and tarting and all that.
Yeah.
But you don't do rooms, you don't do carpet, none of that. You just do what?
Bathrooms.
Oh, another one, oven cleaning service.
Oh, I need somebody. Whoever's listening, I need my oven. Come on.
Oven cleaning service.
I'm ready for you.
Check this out. Once again, go get that little DBA, $16, and get your account going where you're gonna buy your easy off oven cleaner, different stuff that to clean an oven.
Yeah.
And you let that person know I charge $20, whatever your fee is for that one oven. Where after every holiday, the average person needs their ovens cleaned.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I say, all right, and you cater to the people that's in your immediate neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So one person say, okay, come over and clean my oven. That's going to be $20. Well, it might take her an hour, but that's $20 or what?
An hour.
And the little equipment, cleaning equipment, is the scrub brush and rubber gloves and all that, a little mask, the fumigate, And you say, well, you got two ovens here. No problem. I'll do them both. The second one I'll do for 20. The other one is 25, however you want to do it. But now you got a little side business. And once again, I'm gonna help you save at least $600 in tax breaks every year, even if you only clean one oven a month. Oh, look at here some more. I'm gonna get some more here. Hold on. Wait, there's more. Let's see. We got nutrition consultant. We got networking service, music instructor, motivational speaker, manicurist service, meaning you do private service. You don't have a little salon or nail salon somewhere. Right. You got private clients that you go to their house, charge them one little fee, but you cater to them. Bring a little bottle of wine or some juices, orange juices. That's what they like.
Right.
But upholstery service, tutoring service, sign printing, pet walking service, gift basket service. For those ladies that might want to make gift baskets.
Okay.
The list goes on. Crate decorating, cake baking service, child care referral service. Keyword is child care what? Referral service. So you ain't even keeping cheering. You just
see, that would be mine. Send them right on over there to Cheryl.
Coach check service.
I think you just found something for me.
Like I said, the list goes on and on and on. That's 175 different businesses.
And all of those jobs in that book, you would teach someone how to do it, how to get started. I can
show them how they can start with less than $100.
So let me ask you this question. Is this a nonprofit for you, or do you get paid for your services?
I get paid for my services, and in exchange, at my seminars and different stuff, I select over 100 single moms and pay their phone bills. So when I make this money, I give back.
Yes.
You know, and I'm not in 501. No, I'm for profit. But I take my money and give it back.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's why I invest in these different ladies. Some of them might not have the $100 to get started. Guess what? I do.
Okay.
And I invest in them, and they can give me 10% of their business or no percent of their business. I just want them to tell Lottie, Dottie, and everybody about how I'm helping them.
Okay.
And tell them about my what? Guide. So if a lady, for example, if a single mom say, I'm going to take out 5 minutes a day, Mr. Duval, and tell one of my friends on Facebook about your guide and have them to order one because they need this copy in their house.
Right.
Well, every time somebody order one of my guides, I donate another copy to a single mom.
How much is the guide?
$20.
Because I need about 4 or 5 of them, so I'm passing to my mothers.
$20.
Yeah.
And check
to
this
my
out.
Parents.
Check this out. Not only do I help them get started with this stuff, if they do that once a day for me for 30 days, that's 2 hours a month. I pay a phone bill up to $100. So if they work 2 hours, 5 days, 5 minutes a day, that's $50 an hour.
Wow.
And I pay their phone bill up to $100.
Wow.
So all of that negative vibes that you receive as a kid has turned all of this into positive, give back to my community. I am here to help you however I can help you kind of situation. I really appreciate all of it, because you don't have to do that. You, in the mix of the difference between you and your brother, how is he feeling now? Did you all think about going to therapy for him, or what?
Well, actually, my brother died about 20 years ago, 20-some years ago. He died at the age of 40. And he didn't even think he had a problem. See, some people are so deep in the river of denial that they don't even realize they have a problem.
Okay.
You know,
so most men who actually beat on their women, or even to the kids, not just beating the women, but the kids, they don't think that they have a issue.
They don't realize it's a problem.
Why is that? Yeah.
They don't realize
why is that though, Duval?
I'm glad you asked, because they're mimicking what their dad did to them. So that's how their dad raised them. They're doing the same to their kids.
Yeah, it's a learned behavior.
Yeah, and then their parents before them did the same to them. Oh, the ones before them, they were slaves.
Right.
So they were beat. So when they got out and had a family, they started the same thing. Way to keep them in line, beat them.
Wow.
Because that put fear in their heart.
Yes.
See, it put fear in those slaves' heart when the master beat them.
Mm.
So to control a lady or a person mentally, you beat them, and they mind now they fear that person.
Hmm.
And if they, especially if they're your dad, and you see they doing it, it's okay. You remember that old saying, "Don't do what I say, don't do what I
Don't
do,
do what I
what
do, do what I
say."
say.
And
Yeah.
then get right in front of the kid and light up a cigarette, start drinking alcohol,
Right.
cussing out folks and stuff, but they don't want them to do it. But mom,
Right.
it's okay, you do it. As soon as they old enough to do it, they do what? Same thing.
Same thing.
I
Same
have
thing.
noticed
Todd had a
that
question. Go ahead.
Yeah, what's your like? Just what advice do you give like that 14-year-old going through what you went through? Like, what do you say to them, like in the juvenile home and stuff like that?
I'm glad you asked. I would like for them to. I wish I could talk to them, which I know I can't talk to everybody. But for yourself, if you had to speak to a 14-year-old, just let them know, I feel your pain, young man. I feel your anger. Matter of fact, I would feel the same way that you feel right now. You want to hurt that person, but let that thought go in one ear and out the other. Because if you hurt that person and you go to jail, you're gonna hurt your mother too, because now she done lost her son.
Right.
Do you want to hurt your mother? No. But do not hurt that man, because if you do, you're gonna be removed from her life, and she's gonna feel real guilty now, because now her son is incarcerated because of the man she chose to be with, which he had no control of it. See, that's as kids, we didn't have no control who my mother dated and brought in. We just had to respect them to the fullest.
Correct.
Then when we see
in
the
our
abuse,
eyes, that's what she said.
man was so. This my last stepfather was so cruel to my mother, because she had a big heart like me. I got my heart after my mom. She would give folks food in the projects, and he would come home, get mad, and beat her up. Then he put a chain around the freezer and a padlock on it. So my mother's sharp as she is, obviously, and still was helping people. And when he found out, he would do what? Beat her up again.
So Duval, I'm quite sure you're seeing this as a child and growing up with this. It made you angry.
Oh yeah, matter of fact, yeah, that's why I went to juvenile 8 times.
Okay, because I wanted to ask you, what did you do with that anger? How did you get over that anger?
You ever see the movie The Water Boy?
Yes.
So when I was boxing, I boxed in the Golden Gloves. I was a hard person. I played ball and all that. And every time I would look across the ring and see my opponent, I would picture him as my stepdaddy.
Oh man.
And tear his butt up.
Oh wow.
You remember how Water Boy would picture the person on the other side? That's something like, and well, person got in front of me, they didn't know that night you getting ready to get a beat down.
Oh my God.
Now I hug you after I pick you up off the canvas, but right now I'm looking at you as my stepdaddy, and I just can't wait till this bell rings.
Yeah, right. So I can get this off of me.
Yeah, I'm glad you had an outlet and didn't just stuff it, because some people just stuff it and stuff it and stuff it.
Yeah, and you let it out in some form of fashion eventually, because you can't. It's enough pressure busts a steel pipe if you put enough pressure on it.
Right.
That's right.
So yeah, I didn't have any mentors. I did have this old white man that came through the projects. He was a police officer that would pick us up on the weekend, take us go-kart riding and stuff. And the older people was like, he doing that so y'all will be snitches. I look back, this man did that because he wanted to help these young men, these little kids, doing it on his off time.
Right.
And later on, Officer Dave, they nearly beat him to death. One time he came in the project, some other people jumped on, broke his shotgun butt over his head. So by the time me and the other kids, we saw that, we ran around trying to stop them. We were trying to protect Officer Dave.
Right.
Next thing you know, the projects were surrounded with officers. When they say officer down,
correct,
it's on.
Right.
And right there, I wished I knew Mr. Officer Dave's last name, because he was the person that took our time with us. And did little extra stuff that I'm trying to do now with other kids.
Right.
So, yeah, I want to help everybody. That's why I want y'all to help me put this guy in as many households as I can. And I'll pay your phone bills. And if y'all help me, I'll help you back. Help me help you. See, one of my slogans is, help me stop the abuse against women and youth.
Wow.
Because even when those daddies that don't pay child support, that's financial abuse to those kids.
Exactly. What's your question, Todd?
Yeah, I said, now you say you went to juvenile 8 times. Like, what give you the hope to change after like 8 trips to a juvenile detention center? Like, what made you really like what gave you like that? Okay, I'm done with this. So this is the 8th time I'm finished. I'm not trying to go back.
The age 17.
Oh yeah, right. Because then you were going to be as trial as an adult. And
There you go.
stand in there.
Oh,
Yeah, that'll get it.
And
That'll
that's
get-
what
and
these
I saw
kids
other
don't
adults.
understand. They don't
Because-
understand the age
Because
process.
keep in mind, when I was in the projects, I saw those pimps and hustlers, all them breaking the laws and just going to jail and getting out saying they did 10 or 15 years. So I knew after you turn 17, they don't pat you on the hand, your mom can come get you. You going
That's
straight
right.
to jail.
You're going to jail.
So
That was a
I
good
was an
reason to
educated
stop.
hook. See, I was a
Yeah.
hook, but I was an educated hook.
Yes.
I made
that
A's
was
and B's
it.
on the honor roll, and the teachers loved me, but they didn't realize I also was not the leader of these good guys in the projects, but they also feared me.
Okay. Hold
See, they
that fear right there. Don't go nowhere. We have
Yeah.
one more commercial that we need to go to, I think. Right, Toya? So we'll be right back. Hold
Right
on.
on, right
no more
on, right
commercials.
on.
Let's
No
just go
more.
with
Okay,
it.
so we can keep going. She said no, we could just keep rolling. So that was a good question, Todd. So because some of them missed it.
Yeah.
And it's what we try to teach our kids now is that once you turn 18, ain't nothing mama could do for you. I
No.
have done everything that I can do. When them people put that on you, I cannot come and get you without having some money. And I don't have no money to give to them. So you better stay on out of those people's way.
You know what? Can I share something with you? And I was looking for it, but right today, I have that same. My mother took an insurance policy out on me at 15, a life insurance policy. She didn't expect me to live past 18 or I was going to either be incarcerated.
Wow.
I still have that same insurance policy right here on my desk.
Wow.
And when I looked through the envelope with my wife, we found it a few years ago, and it had 2 receipts in it where she had gotten me out of jail. And I said, well, okay, I guess it's a copy of that receipt out of juvenile, and it said case number so-and-so, and the other one had a different case number, but it was the same date. I said, well, I guess that day she got me out for 2 different things. But
Wow. Wow.
But I
Wow.
still have that policy right now on my desk. And once again, they thought I was going to be crazy. I see it's such thing as acting crazy.
Right.
The key word is what?
Acting.
I ain't crazy. I wasn't crazy.
At
I
all.
was
Not
that
at
crazy
all.
every now and then.
Wow. That's really interesting. That's well, I don't know. As you say, we be acting crazy, but I ain't crazy.
Yeah, no.
I say it all the time. I may act that way, but I'm not crazy.
Like I said, as soon as I turned 17, and I knew that I was going to I think I did go to jail for some speed. I got a ticket and, you didn't pay the warrant for that. And went in there for a couple of days on the weekend and let me know, this ain't like juvenile.
It's not the place for me.
That's not where I want to spend my weekend.
Oh.
Wow.
And then it dawned on me, nobody can put me in there but who?
But
me.
you.
Right.
That's it.
And then once the kids think about it, and if I go in there, I'm going to be hurting mama. See, to keep that in mind, tell them 14-year-old, Calvin, when you hurt, she hurt.
Okay.
When you mess up, she hurt.
Yes.
You want to hurt mama?
Only one bad decision away.
You want to hurt your mother?
One bad
No.
decision.
You want to hurt your mother? No. Well, do the right thing and protect her, but just do the right thing. Don't go out here and get in trouble where it's going to, because when you get incarcerated, she's mentally incarcerated.
Right.
Right.
Guess what? My oldest son, at the age of 17, killed a police officer.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
He's serving 45 years in jail right now.
Wow.
And I tried to raise him to do the right thing, and I did pretty decent. But even I was moved to Houston, and his mother was so, guardian, and she allowed him to do a little extra stuff that he shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And right today, he had a son that's 32 because he's never ever been out to see him because he's been in there for 30 years now.
Wow.
So once again, see that big house, that's a different story.
It is.
So his son was 2 when he went in.
No, his son, the girl was pregnant with her.
Oh,
Ah,
wow.
So he never,
never
he
even
went
saw.
until and now he's down there, and I look at them thinking I might not could have saved my son, but I can
But
help a
you know
whole
what,
lot.
Duval?
You
Let
say
me
someone else.
say, yeah, you here is my thought pattern on that. If and I know I God knows I'm a mother.
Mm-hmm.
If being a single mother and not single, just being a mother, a mom and dad, I think being that single mother and you saying, hey, well, we're not gonna make it, and you going about your business and you leaving me that boy. I said, take that boy and put him right on the doorstep of his dad and to let his dad raise him to be the man that we know he was here to
Mm-hmm.
be. Those are my thoughts. And when I say that to people, no, but that's your son. I gave birth to him with the help of his dad.
Mm-hmm.
So if we put more responsibilities on these fathers, these kids, I can't say they're going to be perfect because no one is, but then they have a better sense of guidance, to do some very good things.
You know,
So
I went through two divorces. This is my third marriage, and each one of my first divorces, well, I have a daughter by each one of them. And when we had child custody thing, I didn't fight for that because see, a woman can raise a young lady better than I could. Well, if it
exactly.
was a boy, I feel like a man can teach a young boy how to be a man. We can't
Ex-
teach you how to be a girl, how to be a lady. We don't even know how to be one. So I feel, I agree with what you're saying. I figure that male child should be with a male figure, father figure,
right.
and the girl should be with a mother figure.
Correct.
Matter of fact,
And then both of you are still in that child's
both of
life.
them still there. Matter of fact, I remember one of my little daughters. She had visited me and came to Houston, and it was right around that time where she was becoming like a lady.
Mm-hmm.
So she was at the apartment. She came, Dad, I made an accident,
Right.
and I said, well, no problem, baby. I went to the sink, put them in the sink and all that, cold water. I said, well, let's go up here to the store. I said, now, do no.
You lost. You.
I want, is this,
What do you
yeah.
do? What I get? I don't
Yeah,
know.
and then we got everything together, went back, and I was like, okay, baby, now, but don't worry, accidents happen. Grown women still have accidents, so you okay? And she was like, well, thank you, Dad. I'm thinking, well, it'd be a great time to have a lady in the house here with me.
And I agree. I honestly think that more, and I tell young women that I don't, I give you my opinion on that
Yeah,
subject.
yeah.
And my opinion is exactly what I just stated and what you just agreed to. If we learn to communicate, which I know the first couple of months probably a little
Oh,
hard.
yeah, it's going to be rough
Yeah,
in the
it's
beginning.
going to be hard. But
Hurt
if
people
we
try to
just
hurt people, but once you get over that hurt,
we got to calm down
yeah,
and say,
yeah.
hey, you have to take care of your son. You can't take care of Sally children because you have one right here. Take him and raise him, even if you want to raise him with Sally kids.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
you got to take this boy and make him into a man. I could unscrew some things. I can screw some things. But there are certain things I cannot put into him that you can.
Exactly.
So, oh my God, it's almost
Yeah. Like I said,
But
see, you know what? I'm just like Lay's potato chips. You can't eat just one. You need more of me. That's why I let these folks know. That's why I let them know for $1 a day, I become part of their business and part of their life. And if they can't afford that $1 a day, I'll pay their membership.
okay.
Let
So
me help
listen,
you.
I know you have an event coming up. Is it the fourth Saturday or something like that?
Yeah, the fourth Saturday. Actually, this Saturday, I'm having a luncheon over at my office for some ladies.
Okay.
A side business startup luncheon. And then March the 23rd, I'm doing a concert. I'm doing a luncheon in the morning for women. And at night, I'm doing a concert. I was going to have my boy El DeBarge, but his mother just passed. So I'm having a tribute to Barry White, where I got a gentleman coming in that sound and look just like Barry White.
Oh, I know
have,
him.
wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing. So Saturday, who's invited to this Saturday? Do you have just a select guest?
No. If a few more ladies want to come in, they can contact me at 71. What is my number? 713
Uh-huh.
536.
Uh-huh.
No, I take that back. Let me look at my call. I never called myself.
Right.
It's 713
Uh-huh.
836 0005.
Oh, that was easy, Duval.
Yeah. Easy number to remember.
All right. So the number is up on the stream. So if you're interested in partaking in that, just give him a call and you all make that arrangement. So when we hang up, I'm gonna be making a call so I can come in on
hold
that.
on 1 second. Hold on one second.
All right.
1 second here. Because guess what I'm doing?
What you doing?
Because I got 38 numbers.
Oh,
I'm
gee.
trying to make sure I get y'all the correct number.
Well, in the meantime, while he's trying to get the correct numbers, don't forget, send in all of your slogan requests, what you think. Oh, and we got some really nice ones on top of that, too. And go ahead and create your slogan for the Golden Cast, what is it? Okay, help me, y'all. The Golden Square Podcast. And please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe there. So I hope you all really enjoy Duval and ask Duval, ladies and children, please reach out to him. What's the right number, sir?
All right, 713
Uh-huh.
836
Uh-huh.
0005.
All right, that's it. That was the correct number. So reach out to him. And
I'm white. I'm listening for the phone calls.
He might want you to call. So go ahead and invest in yourself, because there's no better person to invest in you than yourself. And for whatever questions that you have, never be afraid to ask a question. He's there. Ask Duval anything in that arena so that he can help you. And outside of that as well, let him be a guidance to you as well. Ladies, children, all of us, let us become one. And what could we do if we were one?
And just it's nothing like working for yourself.
We're a force to reckon with, wouldn't we? Matter of fact, I help young men too. So young man, you keep up that. If you have any questions, you call me. I want to be your mentor.
Oh God, that's so awesome.
836-0005.
Matter of fact, that's another thing. Guess what?
And there's nothing like working for yourself. Your event on Saturday morning as well.
Yes, Saturday morning. I still got seats available, and the lunch tickets are $25. But guess what? I'm gonna pay for you. So let me feed you. Come and let me feed you. and I make it so affordable you can't afford not to do it.
Okay, that's
right.
Where's it going to be held at, or is that a secret location?
I'm glad you asked.
Okay.
Are you guys familiar with the old Power Center?
Yes, off of South Post Oak
and Maine.
Maine, yeah.
Now it's called the Community Collective of Houston. So, but it's the same location, the old Power Center, and the luncheon is from 11 to 2. So that gives enough people enough time to still enjoy the rest of their day. Correct. I want it to be late enough so they can let their breakfast digest.
Right.
Because I want to feed them, and the young lady that's hosting the food, she also have her own side business. She got a catering service, and I'm helping blow up her business. So even you're also helping, patronize her business. So that's what I also do. I'm doing business showcases and stuff where I help these women showcase their businesses.
So community supporting some community.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes.
That's what
Community Collective is also Black owned and operated. So when I went out their venue, I'm supporting their business.
All right. True. All right. So, sir, anything that we could do, Sherilyn and I offer you this platform at any given time.
Beautiful.
To do whatever it is that we can help you do. Hey.
I'm gonna start telling everybody about your book.
Tell Lottie Dottie and everybody. And
Lottie Dottie.
You send me your information and get those books, and I'll drop ship them to your place. And at the rate you're going, you buy 4 of them, you only need 26 more, and I pay your phone bill.
All right.
Okay. All right. So that sounds great. So again, Sherilyn and I and our guest,
Let's host Todd Miller.
Mr. Todd Miller. Yes. We all say thank you for joining us. We hope that this has been a very informative hour for you. If it wasn't for you, it was for us. I do know. So, ladies, I look forward to seeing y'all on Saturday at 11 o'clock, right, Duval?
Yes.
Okay,
Come on
so
down. Come on
let's
down.
do this. Let's make all of this happen for everyone.
Yeah.
So again, the community supporting the community, and let us grow in numbers. So we thank you here at the Golden
Thank
Square
you.
Podcast. We'll see you
Thank
next
you, Duval.
Thursday.
Right
And
on,
Duval,
right on,
don't
right
go away.
on.
We'll be right back. But everybody else, we'll see you next week, Thursday, 7 o'clock.
p.m.
That's 7. Okay, 7 o'clock. We'll see you all then. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night.
Good night.